This first one, this is the original. It is in Star Hill Red. It's anodized aluminum, and it's very, very lightweight, and it's designed to be operated just with a light touch. My personal preference is this style of tool, just the lightness. It's very easy to utilize. If you look at the tool, you can see there's 1/2 inch increments. They're single-sided, so you don't have to flip the tool over. And there are special markings at the 1.5 and 3, along with 2 and 4, to make identification of those measurements a little bit easier, because those are commonly used. The 1.5 and 3 is used on 6-inch timbers, and the 2 and 4 is utilized on 8-inch timbers, 10-inch timbers, something like that. The top of the tool is 11.5 inches. That allows you to draw your housing on a 12-inch timber. The slots are 11 inches wide, so there's plenty of space to draw your tenons and your mortises. This version is stainless steel 304 powder coated blue, and it is a tank. It definitely is heavy duty. This version is really applicable to somebody that's working out in the yard, banging around, a lot of tools, a lot of equipment. It's pretty much indestructible. The other use for this tool is if you're going to use the edge as a saw guide. It's heavier duty. It'll make sure that your saw guide is nice and straight. They're both designed with a double bend, and the double bend helps this tool stick right to the timber. You don't have to put a lot of force. That unique design is going to keep everything in place and ready to go. So we'll show you how to lay out a mortise. We really like to use a marking knife. It has this knife has an 18-degree primary bevel, a 20-degree micro bevel, and by utilizing this, we are definitely super accurate. For the purpose of this demonstration, we'll go ahead and do this with a pencil, because most people have a pencil available to them. Your pencil, you want to make sure your pencil is very sharp, right? Because the thicker your lead is, the more air you're going to introduce into the line. We're going to hook the tool on a reference face. So we're going to find our best edge, and the 2 adjacent faces are reference faces, and that keeps everything nice and plumb, level, and dimensions consistent. So to lay out a mortise, we're going to hook on the reference edge. For this one, just light touch. Take my pencil, and I'm going to draw the first line for my housing. The second line, I'll measure the distance that I need for this particular housing, and I'll just draw the second line. This housing is going to be 2 inches off the reference face, and it's going to be 2 inches thick. So that's really all that's required to draw the top portion of your mortise. This is the mortise, that's where the hole is going to be. This is the housing, which is actually going to be a notch in the timber. Next up, we have to mark our housing, which is basically a notch that goes right here. We're going to measure off of our reference face, which is this corner down here. We'll line the tool up with this little mark right here, and this little mark right here. And we can move our housing down. And then in this case, the housing is going to be 7.5 inches, because this is an 8-inch timber, which is pretty standard. And what we'll just simply do is mark our housing right there. And that's really all there is to lay out the timber. I'm going to repeat this on the other side. If you take a look, this side right here is actually shorter than this side over here. And that is kind of the square rule methodology. You see that the timber is different dimensions. However, this line here will be parallel to our reference edge, so when we put everything together, it will work perfectly. And see, that layout was pretty quick. It took me maybe a minute, and that mortise is laid out 2 inches off the reference face, 2 inches thick. The housing is 7.5 inches off of the reference face. And it really, using the Easy L, just makes it a heck of a lot quicker. You can do that same process utilizing a framing square. However, it's going to take you substantially longer. This whole process is specified in our timber framing practices manual, including pictures and animations. We also offer classes in Ellsworth, Wisconsin. We have scheduled our classes for May and June of 2026. If you're interested in signing up, starhilltimberworks.com, and we limit the number of students. So if you're interested, you may want to do it in the near term.